Okay, good. Thank you. So now we can start. So I'll just leave a link to everything in the comments now, so you can go ahead and check it. So here is the original website we'll be working with. And if you want to follow along with the video, this is going to be the link to the video, or at least the link to the live website that I'll be building. So yeah, that's it. Now we can go ahead and start. So let me see. Let me go ahead and share my screen now. And then I'll show you all the things I'll be using. So yeah, these are the plugins I'll be using today. I'll be using Bricks for the page builder. Then I'll also be using BricsForge, some core framework, JetEngine, and then I'll be using WP Codebox. I'm not actually using it, but I like to install all of these in my website as I build, just to make it easy for me. So, and this is what we're working with. That is the Momofuku website. So how it looks like is basically we have a sidebar, and then we have the main menu. So basically just image and text, and then we have this hover style that some people use. If I don't know, it might be nice for some people, but for me, I'm struggling to see the text over the image. So it might have some accessibility issues, just a little bit, but we'll see how far we can go in 30 minutes. Let me try and get out a timer and see how well I can do it. So I have my timer. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I have a timer which says 30 minutes, and I'll just start it very soon and see how far I can build. So let's switch back. And so this is going to be the website. As you can see, just a simple website, nothing much. So now I'll start the timer and see how fast I can build. So timer start. Okay. So the first thing I like to do is that I like to go to pages and then just create a new page, just so I have something to work with. So home page, publish it. Then I'll go back now and then start setting up the rest things. So under appearance, or I believe settings, reading, I'll make sure it's a static page, and that's the home page. Save changes. I've already made some changes which I only do with my Blueprint website. So everything already has the settings. So my core framework and everything already have some settings. So now I'll go ahead and create the template, which is for the header section. So go under Bricks, Templates, and then add a new template. You might notice that there is an update here. I'm using the 1.9.8 of Bricks because the new version has so many issues that I don't like. It doesn't save some things. Some things look like they save, but they don't save. So I just went back to 1.9.8. So hopefully that will not create any problems here. So this is the header template. And then I'll say create the new header, publish, and I'll edit with Bricks. Oh, hi, Jimmy. I think that's skating choreographer. Thanks for joining in. Hi, everybody. If I missed you, please, apologies, because I'm not seeing the chats quickly, but hi, everyone. Thanks for joining in. So now let's go ahead and continue. So we have this design. So we have a left menu. So I'll just go ahead and create that in Bricks. Please do not check it on mobile. It's going to be very bad on mobile, I believe, because I'm not really worrying about mobile view right now. So I'll go under settings. Then I'll go to the template settings. Under header, I'll choose the header location to be left. The width, I can leave it at 200 pixels. Then let me just populate the content with the home page. So single page, I'll choose home page, apply preview. Although there's nothing there, but just to be Save. Then settings, template settings again. Go under conditions. Now apply it to entire site. So save that. So now we are ready to start with the header section. And this is where I'll start using a bit of Bricks Forge. That is the terminal. So just open the terminal. And what I want is basically we want a block. And then within that block, we want the site logo. Then we want the nav nestable. And then we want some social icons. So I'll just say block. I'll give it a class name of maybe Momo site header inner. Within that, I want I think an image. I'll give it a class name of logo plus I want I think the nav nestable. Let me see. Yeah, nav nested. Then that one should have a class name of Momo s header nav. Oh no, or maybe just say Momo. Oh, I closed it. So let me start again. So I want the block with the class name of Momo s header. Then within that, I said an image, the class name of Momo s logo, plus I want the nav nested with the class name of Momo s nav. And finally, I want some social icons, or I think it's an icon list. Oh, I guess it's not there. So let me just leave it. Just create these for now. Oh, weird. That didn't work. Oh yeah, because I'm still in the template. Oh, my bad. Anyway, I guess I'll just start it from here. Block. Then it created it, but because I was in the template, it didn't show up there. So this is the inner. Then the image. That's an image. No, I call it logo. Then we have the nav nestable. That will be nav. Then the next one we have is the icon list. I don't know why it didn't show up that time. And that, I'll call that Momo S, maybe social. So we have those ones there. Then I'm just going to go back to the block, make it to be a column. Oh, yeah. Display flex. And save that. I'll refresh. Make sure everything is there. Okay, everything is there. So now I'll just go ahead and put the image. Hopefully the image is there already, because I haven't actually checked. Logo. Okay, it's there. Ideally, you also want to give it an alt text for the logo, but I'm not really bothered about being correct right now. Just want to create a style. Oh, the nav nestable. And then I'll make the inner nav have Momo s nav list. The column will start at that and that. So that's it. Then the icon list, you just remove all the colors. Give it an actual color. Let me see. Okay, that's weird color. Let me just give it black. Okay, remove the label. Just duplicate it. Duplicate. Then go back to the block. Make everything to be space between. So that is on the main axis. Space between. So I think we're coming to the design. So it's coming out nicely. Then I'll just give it a little bit of padding. So go on a layout, padding, just give it about maybe a small padding. So we have that down. I think the logo has to be linked. So content, then just link to external link, or maybe the URL, internal page. You should go to the home page. So home page, save that. So we have our like basic layout already set up. Not much again. The only thing that each of the links is supposed to have an icon and a text. So let's go ahead and see. I'll just go to the first one for the nav nestable, the link. Sometimes I like to just wrap them in a block because Bricks has some ways where if it's not in a block, it gives it an li, but you can't actually style the li. But once you wrap it in a block, Bricks will allow you to style it. But I just have to make sure it is an li. Then this can be the Momo nav list item. Then this will be the link. So the link. So we have everything now set out. So I'll just delete all the rest. Move all of these icons to the top because they're supposed to be at the top. Then this will be the nav list item. Yep. So that's it. Now I can go ahead and duplicate this main one. We have about how many of them? 4 of them. So 4. So for each one, we can now give it an icon because the nav link or the text link has the facility to add an icon directly into it. So let me go ahead and come back. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Okay. Content, then icon. I'll give it an icon. Choose SVG. I hope they added the icons there. Oh yeah, they added it. So the first one is the shop, which is this. Then the actual text is shop. And then I'll give it maybe a width of 1M or 1.5. Make sure it is under CSS, root. I think we need to make it one on top of the other. Okay. Yeah, so basically what's WP Live, what's happening is the nav items themselves is, okay, yeah, so this is, the nav items is the UL or OL, wherever. Then the list item is now the li, and then the nav link is a link. So that's how it's set up. If you don't add the block, Bricks will automatically still put an li for you, but you won't be able to add a class name to that li. So that's why I like to just put it in a block. So for this one now, I can just say display, flex direction, column, and let's see. I think that's it. I just make sure the width is 100% and give it a padding of maybe MD something. Yeah, save that. I won't worry too much about the styling for now. I'll style them later, but I just want to get a basic structure. Let me just go ahead and delete all of this and then just use the first one as, I think there were 4. Yeah. So now I can now use the first one as the basis for the other ones. So go back to the second one now, give it a different icon. I think this icon was the stop. All right, they don't have it, so I'll just use the same icon. Third one is the one that looks like this one. The icons that look like a burger, I think. And then the last one. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you, WP Live. Yeah. Okay, the last one. So I guess he forgot to add the image for the third one for us. But never mind. So the last one is this one that looks like a wave. Insert. So save it. So we have our basic structure like that. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now. Make it any other. Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be centered. So let me just make them centered. Go to the nav items. Make, I think that'll be in the cross axis should be centered. Yeah, and then for the actual block themselves, it should also be centered. So on the cross axis, yes, save. And we have our basic structure. So I can now exit this and go to the next section, which is actually the home page. So home page. All right, so we have our sidebar, and we can now start building the main page, which is this main section. And for this one, I think because they all look exactly the same, I'll now try out with the new JetEngine components. So we'll see if we can use the components here. So for this, I'll just, okay, I'm in the page. I think I'll just give them a CSS class of maybe gallery and gallery item or something like that. So first, I'll just add it into a block or a section. Let me say section. And then I'll see a block for the URL. Give that .momo gallery. Then I'll give, so within the block, you should have another block for the li, because they're basically a list of all different links. So I'll just say momo gallery item. Yeah, so hopefully it works now. Let me just copy it. Yeah, it works now. So we have our list and our list item. So for the gallery, I'll just make it an li. I could have done that directly from the terminal, but I wasn't too sure if it would work, so that's why I didn't do that. So UL, then basically this will be an li. And that's the main structure. So gallery item. So within this gallery item, I'll add in my component now. So let's go ahead and create a component. So go under JetEngine. So JetEngine, that's the new feature that JetEngine came up with, which is the components. So components, I'll go ahead and create a new component. I'll give it a name like gallery card or something. Use breaks. And same here too, I'll just create a basic structure and just make sure that it works. So block, hopefully it works. So dot gallery, let me see, momo gallery card. See, okay, I copied it. Yeah, so within the block, I'll now have basically a section for the image and then a section for the text. So how we like to do it is I'll give a block, give it, this will be the content wrapper, plus another block, and this will be the, let me say, media wrapper. And so that creates our blocks for us. So within the first block, this will be the content wrapper. And then I'll just add a heading. Or I think that will be maybe an SVG or something. An SVG, if we can find it. And maybe I'll add the last thing as the basic text, I think. Because it's just heading, this icon, and then a basic text. So those are the three things. And then for the image wrapper, so if you have any questions, please just leave them in the comments, and then we'll see how it works. I'll try to answer the questions as fast as I can. So within this, I'll just add an image. I could have used the terminal, but the problem with BricsForge is that since I'm on a Windows PC, the shortcut to open the terminal is Ctrl-Shift-T, and that just literally opens a new tab. So I can't actually use my keyboard to open the terminal, which is one of the reasons why I keep stressing that the Bricks team should make it more keyboard accessible, because if it's keyboard accessible, it speeds up the process of writing a lot of things. But when there's no keyboard usage, then everything starts to struggle. And let me see, this is media. So for this, it's just going to look weird. But don't worry, after a while, everything will start to take shape. So first, there's a trick I like to do. When I have image that is overlaid by text, I have one utility class that I normally use. I just call that, it's called stack grid. And it immediately makes the image to just go behind the text, and everything will just work out fine for me. So that's it for now. Then I'll just create some controls. So now that we have the basic structure, I'll go back and start creating the actual controls that will control that whole thing. So let me go back to my JetEngine components and then go to component settings. And all we have to do is add controls for all those items we put. So we put 4 items, or at least 3 items will be changing with a link. So that's 4 items. So I'll come back here. Say the first one is heading. The default value is just say Momo. Well, let me look at what it was called. Let's just use the first thing there, Momo Fuku Goods. So Momo Fuku Goods. New control. This one will be for the basic text, so I'll say description. And that will be text. Let's just leave a text field because there's not much going in there. And that's, I'll just say description. The third thing will be the image. So image, that will be a single media. Choose a background, just random one. And the last one will be the link. So link, and that will be a text field as well, I think. Yeah, text field. We can also control H1, H2. That's one powerful thing about JetEngine, but we don't do that now. Let me just save this. So we have all of these controls. I can now go back to the card, refresh, so that the controls can come into the card properly. Then for each of them, I'll just start adding it in. It might look slow now, but it will speed up the process in the end. So heading, then I think the SVG, I have to find the SVG. I'm not sure it was given to us. So this is the description. That's called description. And then image. Oh no, it's supposed to be a dynamic tag. And this is called image. So we have all 3 items in there. So let me go ahead now. Oh, the text is dark. So let me just give this, let me say media or something, I think. How do I normally name it? Oh, I've forgotten. Oh, did it work? Yeah, it worked. So I have utility classes for a lot of things. So now this is dark. So let me make it light. So DD section dark. Oh, no, not DD. It should be CF for core framework. Yeah. So let's save it. Should make everything. Oh, it didn't make the last thing the same color. So I'll just come back to the description. Did I give, I didn't give a class name. So Momo gallery, that will be card description. Let me just copy this. This will be the heading, so title. Oh, I only have 8 minutes left. Wow, I guess I'm very slow. Headline will be an easier name. SVG will be icon. And image will be image. Okay, yeah, media. Yeah, so everything is there. So I think let's go back to the basic text. Give it color on the text. I'll just give it text color, title. Yeah, that's it. Then I think if I go back to the whole thing, so from what I can see right now is that everything is just aligned to the bottom. They all look alike. They all align to the bottom, and then they have this padding, a bit of padding at the bottom. So I'll just give the content some padding and see how we go from there. So I'll go to the content wrapper. First, I will give it maybe display flex, then align it to the bottom. So main axis, left, and then this should be end. Oh no. So it's at the bottom. Then I'll give it the padding. Under layout, padding, make sure everything is linked. Maybe a full padding, yeah. Just so there's enough space. Then I think for now, let's just leave it like this. We'll sort it out later. Refresh. So now that we have that in there, I can now come over to the plus icon and then call in that gallery. So which is why I did that in the first place. Now I can just duplicate this. I think that was how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the last one will be 7. Come back to the gallery. Just use CSS grid. So just make it display grid. Gap. Let me say 1M. No, it's too big. Maybe 4 pixels or something. Then will be var dd grid 2 to make it a 2-column grid. Save it. Then for the first item, I'll just give it maybe grid call full to make it full screen. Save. And then maybe I'll give them a min height. And I can actually just start changing all of this text. Everything just works well. That's the power of using components, or at least the components from JetEngine for now. So let me just give this a min height, I think that will be better. So style tab, the height, I'll give it like a min height of maybe 25. Then this align self should be, why is it not going down? Should go down. Oh, okay, I said start instead of end. My bad. So save. Then come back here, refresh. And all of my styling just comes in. I don't need to stress myself too much. So now I can come to each of the items and just start giving them. So the first one is Momo Food Goods, now available. So go to the first one. No, sorry. Here. The first one. Go to general description, should be Momo. I can't actually copy the text because it's not, I can literally can't copy it. So now available. See, now available. ... because I couldn't be bothered. Second one, we'll give it a text of restaurants get main lobster. I have 4 minutes left. Wow, that's terrible. Restaurants, and you get the picture. So we get all the rest of them. So let me go ahead and add an icon. I think I can find an icon somewhere. Let me go to something like Iconify or something. Say wavy. I think this will work. So let me just come here, download it. So I get my icon. Come back to the component. Then add the SVG there. File, selected. Go to my downloads. Off. Oh well. Let me go ahead and see if I can find it. I know I'm. Oh yeah. No, that's it. Downloads. Drop it in. Insert. Then I think it should be about like a width of maybe 2M. Then I'll just say the fill color should be the same text color. Oh shit. Let me see if the right click works. Why is it not working? Poof. Oh well. Good thing I know how to do the text filler title. So we get everything. Let me just go to the image and just say, I think I have one utility class that makes the image a bit darker, I think. Yeah. So at least it's a little bit usable. So refresh. So at least we get this slightly darker image. Then I forgot to give the link. So maybe I'll just make the heading a link. HTML tag, give it a link to external. Then I think I got it link. And save that. So now I can always go to each of those images, but let me first, I didn't add a default value. Let me just add a default value here. Save it. And save, refresh. Now each of the links, each of the texts are linked, and I can change the link of the text here. So change all of the links there if I want to. So that's it for the main design. I just have 1 minute left. So let me just try and do the hover style. So I think it has this hover style. So let me see what I can do. Probably I'll just use something like, let me just go to CSS, root, hover. No, the root should be, let me just use a pseudo element. So content, no, root should be position relative. I made a mistake. Then the root with after content and position absolute. Then finally the root hover after should be let's see, no, let me add here, insert 0, let me see, border, if that works, 2m solid white. Yep, okay, so oh yeah, done. So let me just add a transition just to make it look all 0.2 seconds ease. Save it. And yep, time is up. So yeah, that's supposed to be the design. So let me go ahead and just preview it on the front end now and see if I actually did anything good. You can all see it directly. The link is in the chat. So let me put the link again so you can go ahead and view it yourselves and see if I did, how well I did, good or bad. You can decide in the comments. Yeah, so like I said from the beginning, in 30 minutes, I wasn't really bothered about accessibility because it's just too short to think about. Because first of all, there is not even an H1 on this page. The page doesn't have an H1. Oh, where did I forget the semicolon? I'm not sure. Well, yeah. So that's basically the design that they created. It looks, I think I got the gist of the design, although I didn't add the background hover dark color, but I think I got the gist of the design, I hope. And yeah, that's it. So let me go ahead and check the link again. So yes, I was showing my face instead of the design. So yeah, this is the design. Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's one of the beauties of if you have all of the different JetEngine plus the BricsForge, but the BricsForge, like I said, it doesn't allow me to open my terminal quickly. So when I try to use the shortcut of saying Control Shift and then T, it just keeps opening a new tab for me, and that's pointless. So that slows down the whole process a little bit. And yeah, please do drop a like if possible. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so hopefully this has given me confidence to actually go on an actual live with Jamie. Maybe one of these days I will try to go on the live and see how well I do on an actual live. This one I had a little bit of like a head start because I had seen the design already. So my brain was already working to tell me exactly what to do. But I'm pretty sure if you go on mobile now, it will look very terrible. So please do not look at it on mobile. Just take the desktop design as it is, and we'll be happy together. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments. I see. Oh, thank you all for the nice comments, telling me well done. Thank you very much. Thank you. And if you have anything that you're not understanding when I was doing, because I was doing it a bit fast, you can ask me, and I will go back and look at it. So let me try and see if I can show my face on it as well. Or okay, so I need to just. I never know how to set this thing up. So yes. So yeah. So I think this was the main design. Oh yeah. Okay, I did make it a little bit bigger than it should be. But yeah, if we in terms of accessibility, like during the live as well, I know Anne Mieke, she said there were a lot of things going on this website that you will not really be happy with if you're like, for example, for me, who is a bit visually impaired, trying to read this text, unless I hover, that's the only time I can actually read the text a little bit. Right now, when I try to read some of this text, it's hard to read. So that's why when you put background image, just sometimes try not to even use a background image, or you can just blur it out using like filter blur and just make it a bit blurred out and a bit darker so people can read it. The using of capital letters all through, some people find it hard when you use lots of capital letters all through. So sometimes if it's like one word like this, it's okay. But when it starts getting to be like a long sentence, please try not to do too many like all caps. Make it like the either sentence casing or something like that. That's easier to read. Then the left bar, which is good using this left bar, but I think when we try to increase it a bit, I remember I was having a discussion with some people from Bricks where if you try to like zoom in too much, sometimes this sidebar navigation breaks because you're using position fixed, and once these icons go bigger than the available space, it basically breaks the layout and you fall into some issues. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next one. And if you have any other kind of like website you would like me to build live, you can just let me know in the comments and we'll see how to build that live as well. So until next time, bye.